up, everybody, and welcome to the Pull Up Experience Podcast Edition. Today, we have a treat for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's going to be a scrumptious episode because we are sitting here with Chef Wanda of Time to Eat. Not only is she a John Carroll graduate, she is also the premier chef when it comes to making actually good food that vegetarians and carnivores can enjoy together.
Big words out today, y'all.
I try. It's definitely a mouthful. And speaking of mouthfuls, Chef Wanda, introduce yourself to the people and everything that you got going on in the city.
Okay, so my name is Chef Wanda. I'm the owner of Time to Eat. Time to Eat is spelled like the herb. What else? I've been cooking for a while, but selling food, I would say like 2017. So when I first started, actually my best friend, she had just turned vegetarian. So she's like, well, what am I going to eat? And I was like, the side dishes, I don't know. So from there, that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to make you a vegetarian dish. Like, I don't want you to just have a salad or carbohydrate like a potato or some rice or something. Like, I'm going to actually create you a meal that you can get full off of. So that's where Time to Eat came from. I mean, I always liked to cook. I would say probably in middle school I probably started teaching myself, because like your parents, they were going to work, they want to come home about 6 or 7 o'clock. You're like, man, I'm hungry, like I just don't want no regular sandwich, so you. I wasn't like a culinary artist, but I would get in there and fix like some chicken wings or something like that.
Okay, on my second, I was gonna ask you where did it all start, because like I feel like
because Brandon only know noodles.
Yeah, because I was saying I don't know ramen noodles, but okay. So let me ask you this: so if you had to represent one part of Cleveland as home, what part would you say?
The Collinwood. I'm from Collinwood.
Okay. That's
Collinwood. No, I did go to Tri-C. I am a Tri-C alumni.
Okay, shout out Tri-C though.
I went to Tri-C. I started January 2016. Okay. One of my coworkers, she was like, you like to cook, so why don't you just, go to school for it, get kind of professionally trained. So I was like, well, I wasn't a bad student. I was, an A/B student. So I went. I was nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been to school in like how many years? But everything went really well. The teachers there are like the bomb.com.
Okay.
They were really passionate about what they were teaching. If you needed help, they would help you. Like, they were there to teach. They're there to teach. I mean, I could even call a few of them today and be like, hey, I got a question. And they would, okay, yeah, I got you.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because I know me. I made one quesadilla and I thought I was a chef. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna put a little garnish on the side and all that good stuff. So so I know a lot of people telling you, because a lot of people be told they make good food, but I think it's just like to be polite. How are you able to distinguish like this is versus career versus just,
So I'm glad you asked that question, because I was actually thinking about that on the way over here. So when I was younger, I said probably like my early 20s, like Thanksgiving was at my house.
Oh wow!
So I think if you get that torch,
okay.
Cook, like the elders,
like they trust you.
The elders are like, okay, like
But it's just macaroni though, because the macaroni,
the turkey, everything. Because what I do with my turkey is I put it on the grill, so I smoke. I've been doing that for about the last 14, 15 years. And my son, like I have to kick him out of the kitchen.
Oh, really?
I'm talking about Thanksgiving Day. It's all picked on. I'm like, y'all, please excuse me. Turkey, like Major was in there, but I was hosting Thanksgiving dinners at my house like early 20s. So I think that
was the indication right there. Like, okay, if you're doing Thanksgiving, then obviously you're doing something right.
You're doing it big.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, we're sitting dishes that people are like, I gotta go to Wanda's to get her, go get that. Or
you know what? I used to make a white chicken lasagna. I still do, but it kind of faded out. I said I was gonna try to post it some more. So I make a white chicken lasagna. It's really good. A lot of people like it. The soul rolls.
I know personally about soul rolls.
Okay. We heard a lot.
I remember when I first made those. So I made the soul rolls, and then I did corned beef rolls. And I remember letting my parents try them, and they're like, this is gonna be great.
Wow.
You got a winner here. And I was like, these my parents, they're just telling me. Like you said earlier, like they're just telling me to be nice. And then once I let, like a few of my other friends try them, they was like, yeah, this is it.
Wow.
This is it. So the soul rolls, and they come in vegetarian as well. So the soul rolls, what it consists of is chicken, yams, macaroni and cheese, and greens. And they're cooked in, the greens are cooked in smoked turkey, because I try to stay away from pork. I know a lot of people don't like to do pork. And then the vegetarian, so it's wrapped in an egg roll and served with a sweet chili sauce. Oh. And then the vegetarian ones come with greens, yams, corn. Wait a minute, what did I say? Greens, yams, corn, and macaroni and cheese. And also a sweet chili sauce.
Yes. Look, I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, literally, I ain't just get a chance to eat yet. I'm like, oh my goodness, where's the soul rolls we need it?
Next time I make them, which will probably be like in a few weeks, I'm gonna bring you guys some. Wherever you guys are at, I'll bring you.
We'll pull up on you.
Yeah, we'll pull up. Yeah, don't play with us. But yeah, no, and one of the reasons. Chef Wanda, shout out to you, because Creative Meetups, we were talking. I remember we were talking about your story. I got a chance to talk about a little bit of it. And I love what your story is, that for all my 9-to-5ers, you were working 9 to 5. And in the midst of 9 to 5, you was like, I'm going to pursue my dream.
Almost 6 days a week.
So let's talk about that, because I know a lot of people who are watching, like a lot of entrepreneurs, they're still at 9 to 5, right?
Transition point.
Yeah. So
okay, so I was at my job for 15 years. I was doing electronic assembly. I don't think a lot of people know that about me either. Like the small panel circuit boards that you see like in a remote.
Yeah.
Or the
really.
I would do, so in electronic assembly you have through hole parts and then you have surface mount parts. So the through hole parts is the one that go actually through the board. And the surface mount part is the one that's like the solder paste, it gets paste on there and it gets placed onto the board. It doesn't go through it. So I was doing surface mounting. I was the surface mount lead there. And when I had first started school, I told my supervisor, it's husband and wife ran. And I told them, I'm like, listen, I'm going to be going to school. I'm going to take the classes like in the evening so that I can work during the day. However, eventually, I'm going to do part-time, and then I'm going to
okay.
Yeah. But you told them.
Now, how did they accept that news when you first said it?
Okay.
They
gonna
follow through.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody something, they're like, okay. Yeah. But once it happens, they're like,
you're doing it.
Yeah. You're doing it. So I remember, I think it was October 2019. I come in there and I tell the supervisor on the floor, I give him the letter. I was like, here you go. He opened it. He looked at me. He was like, uh-oh. And I swear, like 20 minutes later, the wife comes down. Shawanda! And I'm talking about everybody in the shop is looking at her, they're looking at me. And I looked at her and she's like, I was like, oh my God. So we go in the lunchroom. And the lunchroom, it's like glass, so you can kind of see what's going on. So like you can see her going like this and stuff. And I remember so vividly in that conversation, she was like, is it about the money? Do you need more money?
Wow.
They did not want to lose you.
And I was like, no. It's not always about the money, even with clients. It's not always about, all money is not good money. Absolutely. So I was like, no, it's not about that, you know? And so she was just like, oh my gosh. And I swear for y'all, for that next 2 weeks, like she was like my best friend. Like she was just like, what can I do? What can? And I was like, no, you know. And I was a little upset because on the last day they didn't even come and like tell me thank you. I gave y'all 15 years of
my life.
Wow. Prime years. Like I'm talking about working 6 days, even sometimes 7 days a week.
Oh man.
So after I left there, put down my 401k. And it was scary. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, because October 2019 puts you a couple months before a huge time frame in history.
Yeah.
How did you transition and just kind of stay afloat and drive through that?
About me, my son calls me cheap. I tell them no, it's called frugal.
Called frugal,
It's
exactly.
called frugal.
I
My
know.
That's Brenda love language, frugal.
Yeah, that's like, listen, if we don't need it or if we can get it for cheaper, where's that coupon at?
There we go.
You know, when is the sale going to be?
Used is just as good as new. You add to it.
True, true. So, you know, having that money saved too, and then also having that big lump sum, you have to make sure that you know how to deal with, you know, a big lump sum of money.
That's good advice right there.
Because sometimes people, they get that, and then like a week later, they like, can I get $20? You're like, wait a minute, I'm not sure, you know. But saving that money, knowing, you know, having that six months to a year worth of savings, you know, and just having that faith.
Yeah,
having that faith is huge. Not stressing about anything, you know, just having that faith and making sure that everything is going to be good, you know?
Now, what I love about you is you took your craft seriously. Like most of us would study culinary as the art. You actually did it as a business science, like business management, entrepreneurship, and then your concentration was in your culinary art.
Yes.
What are some differences that you noticed versus like, hey, I'm just selling plates out of my house versus,
which we
hey,
all know.
This is a business. I need to respect. I need you guys to respect my business, because a lot of us think like, oh, we could probably do this. Because like Brenda said, one compliment will take you further, you know?
Absolutely.
But what are some things, once you started to study the business of it all, you realize, okay, these are some things I need to put in place to make sure I'm investing in myself and in my business?
So that's a great question, man. My best friend, she talks about this all the time. She's like, people just think they can sell plates of food out their house, and they don't know that you got to be safe certified, and you got to, like, it's so many things, like, you know, like I'm a certified culinarian, doing, you know, got to be serve safe person in charge. You got to make sure that.
I'm sorry, my kid don't know what serve safe means. You got to break it down. You
she actually wash her hands before she make her quesadillas versus yours. The kitchen's clean.
Look at her eyes. She's like, what is that?
And all that
I know her. You know what I'm saying? So she can know. You know what I'm saying? Wanda.
So serve safe is just making sure you know the safety of your food, like the temperature, like, you know, after 4 hours, the food needs to be thrown away. It can't get to a certain temperature, especially like the danger zone. I forgot what the temperature is, but you just want to make sure that you're keeping an eye out on those things, especially like cheese and milk, and just meat in general, just, you know, any type of foods. But yeah, getting those things in order, you know, knowing, like you said, the mise en place and you have to know your temperature of washing hands to kill those germs off. You know, like, it's not just, oh, I'm about to sell these plates. Like, no, it's a lot that goes into it.
When I think about that, I imagine that cat going across to like the counter type of deal. I'm like, no, I'm good. I appreciate you how you hot to somebody, like, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Let me not say that. Let me know. I'll tell her on camera.
Mess up all these DoorDash.
Yeah, let me chill out. Let me chill out. But yeah, like, no, I like knowing that my people are certified and have the accreditation behind them.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you're also building that trust with that customer too. You know, because you don't want to just buy your food from anybody.
No,
you know, like, you want to make sure that this person is trustworthy, that they're following the proper procedures. So that's it's a learning experience, and I love it. You know, I love learning new things, whether it's culinary or whatever. But yeah.
How did you get yourself out there? Because marketing is a big thing too for people, right? Like, I can sell to my family and friends all day, but after a while, they're gonna be tired of buying my pity plates. I need a real clientele. So how did you market and expand your clientele? Because your reputation precedes, like I say, Brenda can't stop talking about soul rolls.
I was like, what is soul roll? I was looking like, where's she at? I was like, soul roller? No.
So, I put myself out there. Like, I go to meetings, go to the creative meetups. I put myself in like boot camps, like, you know, the John Carroll entrepreneurship boot camp that I went to last fall, and just keeping that same energy throughout entrepreneurship, because it can get it can get scary, you know. But oh my gosh, what was your question? I'm sorry.
That was it. How did you
get yourself out there?
Okay, so they were like, okay, if you're going to do this business, you're going to need a logo. You're going to need to separate your personal page from your business page.
Come on now, I'm taking notes.
You know, like, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's like this long list that you don't see until it's time to do it, you know. And it's either you're gonna do it or you're not.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, like my friend, she's like, you are so resilient. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. If it takes me all day or all night, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it, you know, but yeah. So that's the way that I market myself. The logo has been awesome. Like, I go to different places and I tell people and I give them my business card and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I've seen this logo before. And I want to be like, where, you know, like, where did you see me at? Where did, you know? And they were like, I can't remember. But knowing that my logo, you've seen it before, like, that is such a great.
No, that's good.
Like, it's awesome to me.
Yeah.
It's almost like being a little superstar.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, the reputation for yourself is that they associate that logo with good food now.
Absolutely.
You know?
And great customer service.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Customer service has to, I don't want to say let's be like Chick-fil-A because it's a little scripted, but customer service needs to be put back into the restaurant. It's to the point where what you want.
Yeah.
You know, you're not
black
even,
restaurants though. On top of
yeah, you're not even acknowledging me when I come in.
Yeah.
I will walk out.
Yeah.
And that's really with anywhere, a clothing store, whatever. If you don't even like, I will walk out. But yes, we have to give that great customer service. And again, that also correlates to, because I'm a firm believer in you are what you eat, and also the person that's fixing your food, you want them to have that good energy.
Yeah.
Because if they have bad energy, they're putting it into the food, and then you're eating it. And then just like what they talk about with the mad cow disease. You know, like, you want to make sure that the person that's preparing your food is like not perfect, but
great energy.
Yeah,
sure.
great energy.
I never thought about that way.
Well, yeah. I don't even like, if you got attitude when I ask you to make me some food, I don't want to eat it no more.
Yeah, like, you don't
like if your wife is to have an attitude, never mind. I'll make a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't want, like she said, that energy transfers.
It's real.
That's crazy. I never thought about that. That's why McDonald's, that's all the shake machine.
Yeah, that's why you feel bad after you eat McDonald's.
It makes so much sense now.
So I have a question, because what I love about you is, like you said, all of us have at least tried to do the vegetarian, vegan thing, and we are limited with our options.
Yes.
What I like about Time to Eat are you guys are very intentional about making dishes, full dishes, not just a salad or, you know, a side.
Right.
What are some of your signature vegetarian dishes for anybody who is interested in trying it out and they're like, you know what, I'm going to Chef Wanda because I need to go try that out. That sounds good.
Vegan ribs.
Talking about vegan ribs
are a real hit. Like the event that I had did last month, they were like, "Are you sure there's no meat in here?" I even had a few people tell me like, "I'm about to be vegan today."
Wow.
Like today, right now. But yes, because I even put it on the grill to give it like that smoky flavor. And I remember this. So I do all my dishes on my parents and my kids.
So they're your testers.
Yes, they're the testers. So my parents, they were like, "There's no meat in this? Like, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, like, it's jackfruit." And I do use impossible meat. So another thing that I'm trying to do for the vegetarians is
this is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's, you know, breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night, like, for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
impossible meat because that still is processed. Okay. You know, so I'm trying to go more into like the mushrooms, you know, something a little bit more earthy.
That way it gets more the texture.
Yeah, because you can definitely, it's so many different mushrooms out here, and you can flavor it to whatever flavor, you know, you want it to be.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, the vegan ribs, the soul rolls. What else do I make? I had made a vegetarian chicken and waffles. And I used mushrooms, and I breaded and seasoned just like, you know, you would a piece of chicken. And tried it on one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you know, like this is it. Like I could eat a meal that I used to eat before I became, you know, before I became vegetarian." So it's like I love being able to provide that, you know, for the vegetarian, because it's there's a few restaurants out here, but there aren't a lot to where you can
have options.
Right. So with time to eat, what I want to do is whatever meal the meat eaters have that I provide, the vegetarians have too. So
that's an easy feat right there, by the way.
You said what?
That's not an easy feat.
It's not. It's not. So even, you know, like I said, with the vegan ribs, they can have the beef ribs. With the soul rolls, they can even corned beef. I even do vegetarian corned beef rolls, and they can also, and I also dabble like the vegan sometimes into the vegan. So even those.
So like no dairy, no nothing.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I'm not gonna say it tastes the same, but it's up there.
It's close there.
Yeah, it's up there. You know,
so you're not missing out on anything.
I need a break from a salad and broccoli every day.
Right. So you know, I mean, because there also is a such thing as vegan junk food. Because like I say, you know, things are still processed. So you want to get as much natural, like exactly like farm to table as you can. As much as you can. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what time to eat is trying to accomplish.
I also like that you are diverse in where you serve. So what are some of the events, if we were thinking of having you pull up and cater, what are some of the things that you actually like to come to?
So I like to come to I think the most recent one that I went to was about food safety and security within the community, and it was the Collinwood area, you know, and they were just talking about things that we can do to bring back you know, like good food into the city, like that Dave's that's going on 152nd. You know, like they're trying to, you know, they were trying to bring Simon's in there, I think, but that didn't work. But you know, just bring those good quality foods back into, you know, those kind of areas. But I love going to those kind of things. Creative meetups. I love that. Great like-minded people. And then I like learning things. You know, I love all kind of things. Like I love the poetry, live music. Like I love all that.
Seems a very festive person.
Yeah, like I love being outside. I love nature. So yeah, I cater creative meetups. I have my son's school. They're having a community day on July 6th from 1 to 7. I'm going to be there. I don't know if I'm going to be there from 1 to 7. From 1 to sold out. I'm going to say that. From 1 to sold out.
So get there early.
Get there early. Get there at 1 o'clock.
So let me ask you something, because I want to backtrack a little bit. I want to talk about those moments when you were transitioning from a 9-to-5 to entrepreneurship. What kept you motivated? What kept you going in those moments when it didn't look like how you pictured it was going to look like?
Good question. So I want to say, well, have a great squad on your team. My friends are really great, really supportive. You know, if you need something dropped off, let me know when you're cooking.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, my best friend Robin. Just if you need some help in the kitchen, you need some help prepping, like, you know, let me know. I'm here. My mom, she plays a great part when I'm catering. Like she'll cook some food for me. She'll help me serve. Sometimes we do serve at an event. So yeah, having that great team, that great support, because sometimes your fire can be dim, you know. And going to the event like creative meetups, that helps put some spark back into, you know. And also, like I said, just being around like-minded people, find you some friends that are also entrepreneurs, you know. Because sometimes you need that, you know. Like I can be talking to my friends about the business, but they might not understand what I'm talking about. So that's when, you know, you need those entrepreneur friends. So that's something that keeps me. Oh, and taking rest, taking breaks.
Hit that twice. Hit that twice.
I'll hit that one time. I don't know what that's like.
Taking breaks. Because if you don't, your body will tell you, and we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Just maybe like, because it used to be for me Sundays. I would call it my self-care day. Where like I throw the phone across the room, get up under my sheets and everything, and put on Netflix. Because you have to have those.
Yeah, I get that.
Because number one, it's helping you reset. Right? You're taking a mental break from all the scrolling and checking the emails and, oh my gosh, did I send this email? Did I text this person back? You know? So you have to know when to put that phone down too. That's something good. Else. Getting out in nature. I love to go out in nature. Like I'm so grateful and blessed that I stay by the lake because I love it. Like I can just go out there and just sit for hours, you know. And then grounding, taking your shoes off and walking outside, just barefoot, you know. Like we probably used to laugh about it, you know, a while ago, but like it really brings you kind of like in tune. Yeah, it's like social media has TikTok has showed me like a lot of stuff. Like I use TikTok like a search engine. Like it's
shout out to you because like I be trying with TikTok. I try, but like the old man in me is like I can't do it.
Yeah, I use it because it's so the videos aren't long and it's short and it gets right
short
to the point.
Content, yeah.
You know. So yeah, taking those mental breaks, making sure that you have a great squad on your team, and getting rid of the negativity. If nobody is clapping for you,
get them circle.
You know, love them from a distance.
Absolutely.
You know, or even just anybody just talking negative or, you know, bringing you back some gossip. Get those people out of here. Because what is it doing? Either we making money or what's going on? You know what? You're either helping or hurting. Right? I like that. So you have to evaluate the people in your life too. You know, so
all great qualities, by the way. Like you said, having a sports system, I think, is essential. And shout out to the team. Shout out to our team. Yeah, absolutely. Because like I honestly don't believe that we've gotten this far without, like you said, having a support system, having people in your corner that's going to keep you motivated.
And you know what's so funny? When I was in the boot camp last year, thinking that I can do it on my own. Thinking that I can do it on my own and not being humble enough to ask for help. You know, get that pride out the way. It's okay to ask for help. You know, maybe they want to say yeah, maybe they say no, maybe they say yeah. But ask. Like, it's okay.
How did you push past that? Because a lot of people know they have to do it, but it's tough for them to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pride is a monster.
Yeah. I think just it's like, you know what? If they say no, they say no. It don't hurt to ask. You won't know unless you ask.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed, is what they say.
And we know it's time to eat, so please.
So yeah, just, you know, ask. And it does take it takes a team. You know, you can't do it by yourself. It's okay to delegate things to people. But then again, I'm like, I have a bit of trust issues. Like, I'm like, I want it done this way, my way, you know?
So how you relinquish some of that?
Right.
So, starting to do, like, a standard of operations right
Come on now. That's
so
a
that,
in the building.
You know, when I do get to, you know, that level, like, everything will be in place. Because I'm giving myself 5 to 6 years and I want to be retired. So I'm kind of like on the move like this.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, like I want my business to run even when I'm not there. You know? So yeah, writing down those, even something that you think is so simple that doesn't need to be written down, write it down anyway. Because everybody doesn't think like you, and so yeah, writing those the standard operations down.
So I heard that Colonel Sanders, he literally had to take recipe somewhere in a vault somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there
KFC,
a vault
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
11 herbs and spices.
I used to work there.
Did you?
Back in high school.
How many herbs and spices is it for real?
So I was asking that. So they're a vault full of like how to make a soul roll and whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these are proprietary things right here.
I told my daughter I've written everything down in the book. I say there's a book. God forbid, and when it does happen, there's a book for you. Everything that I've made.
Or how-to guide. Okay.
Yeah. So the legacy will live on.
All right.
Now, was that something that you would one day be open to doing, like making a cookbook?
I've been asked about a cookbook, a cooking show, and I'm like, I'm a little shy.
We'll talk about the words.
I'm a little shy, but I'm open to it.
Okay.
I would definitely be open to it, and especially with what I'm doing as far as vegetarian and the meat.
Yes.
Like I think that would really separate me from. I mean, I'm already separated.
Come on now, talk that stuff. Talk
right, like you were saying earlier, like it's okay to brag about yourself. Like let people know who you are, because they don't unless you say it.
You don't. Right. You're right. You gotta get the Kanye West mindset.
Yeah. Just putting it out there, like I hope this is gonna manifest. Right. No, you earned it. You can say that for sure.
It's okay to have a Kanye moment once in a while. I feel like he's on my shoulder once in a while, like
a bragging Kanye moment, not like a crazy one. You differentiate which Kanye she gonna be.
So so we talk about the past, talk about the present, about the future. Like I said, some things that we got franchising. Is that in the future? Because I can see there being time to eat in Chicago and LA.
I've been thinking about it. I love to travel. Yeah, that's another thing about me. I just told my friends, I was like, when I be walking down the aisle, because I'm ready to get on a plane. Like, I didn't use my passport all last year. I'm like, what's going on? So I love to travel. New Orleans, I think, is my favorite place. I love the Oyster Rockefeller. Oh my God! Like, me and my friend, we had went last year for my birthday, and like as soon as we got off the plane, like
went straight to the.
I'm like, happy birthday to me. Like, this is it, and I just feel so at home when I'm down there. Like I don't know what it is. I'm like, are my ancestors from here? Like what's going on? Like I just feel so like at ease and like a sense of peace.
Is it like to assume that because you're a chef that you're a natural foodie? Is that like a natural thing? Like can you be a chef and not be a foodie at the same time?
I do get asked that question. They're like, do you judge people's food? Like, when you're tasting it, and I try not to, but if something is wrong, or if I'm like, man, listen, y'all could have put
you be like, oh, I would put some time in this. Right.
This is something, or if they say like the dish is composed of this, I'm like, come on. Man.
So I know across the thing, like, here, get us the chef right here.
As a matter of fact, I'm walking back there. Right. Like that's even a joke that I talk about. Like, if I was to get married one day, like I would be back there in my wedding dress. What the hell is y'all doing, baby? Or what, scoot over. I'm just making myself.
I got it. Right.
Y'all taking too long. My guest's been waiting. But yes, back to the question. I would love to be international is what I was thinking.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Time to eat in France.
It's gonna be called time travel, and then she's just gonna.
Oh, I like that.
The world.
Right.
You got franchise. Right. You got franchise. I mean, you gotta trademark that joint. I like that.
I like that. Yes.
Time travel. Okay.
Yeah.
No, and I feel like that's an evolution of business, because you don't want to just be local. Like, you don't, and shout out to local business. Because you
don't really keep us fed out.
Absolutely. Some places are just signature to that area, right? But some things are just bigger than just local. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is international and whatnot.
And you know what? Not even being internet, like there's other things that I would like to do too. Like I would love to do real estate, and that was something that I mentioned a few years ago. Not an undertaker, but the funeral home business.
That would be.
Yeah, like some people were like,
but you'll stay in business.
and I'm like,
unfortunately,
unfortunately, it is a guarantee.
That's a fact.
They'll do it right.
And I was like, I can be like Phaedra Parks.
Yeah.
I just know how she.
Yeah, and diversify your portfolio for real.
No, facts.
Yeah, and then I can cater.
Oh yeah.
Well, you really could. Yeah. And a repast too, the funeral and a repast. We got you.
Right.
It's not bad business.
Yeah, so one stop shop.
Yeah. So, but yes, I would like to franchise one day. That would be. Yeah.
So what are some more future plans that you have for you and your business in the future?
So right now, I have the truck, but I've been praying and meditating because I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, am I supposed to be like in a small carryout? Like, something small where you just come get your food, maybe like 1 or 2 tables, maybe a little patio setting, maybe something like that. So definitely that. I would love to start hiring. And I love to give back to the community. That's another thing. So Time to Eat I think this year will be the 5th or 6th year where I give a family in need a full Thanksgiving meal.
Oh, come on.
So they get like a full turkey, maybe like 3 or 4 side dishes. And then just last year, I think my mother had made a sweet potato pie.
Aww.
So they got a dessert too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I love to give back that way. I also donate to like back to school drives, Christmas toy drives, stuff like that.
Nice.
So I definitely love to give back to the community as well. And when I talk about the hiring, I was talking with one of my friends, and I was like, I would love to go back to Tri-C and, do like some type of internship with the culinary students coming out.
I will ask you,
so cool.
Is mentorship in the future for you? Because
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I would love to. And speaking of that, which is so funny, last year I worked at a summer camp, and it was teaching a few kids how to cook in the kitchen.
Really?
And it was one boy in there, and he would come in there every day with me, and he was so good. Like, I'm like, you
got the skills.
Put me back and let you go ahead and take over. But that was a nice experience, and the kids were like from 14 to 18.
Okay.
So that was a good experience.
So perfect for life skills anyway.
Yeah, like I would love to. It's so many different avenues that you can take
right.
with just about anything that you do in life.
Yeah.
So I would love to. Yeah.
No, I'm about to say the possibilities are endless for you because you have the skill set, but you have the mindset, and you have the or attitude for it all.
Right.
If you could collaborate with anybody, anywhere, on anything, what would it be? What's your ideal collaboration?
You know what? I don't know. I would say Ramsey.
Warren Ramsey?
So I don't know if y'all seen the person that trained him.
No.
We had to watch that in school. The person that trained him was
worse than him? Get out of here.
I was like, oh my God.
you said you ain't seen nothing.
Oh my God. Right. Because I'm talking about they throwing dishes and I was like,
it's not necessary to cook. Well, I always want to know that. Is that necessary?
It's not necessary, but it can get
effective.
Oh, okay.
It can get intense in there. Because you have to be able to communicate.
Yeah.
As far with anything.
I was about to say with anything.
With anything.
I was like throwing on mics.
So if you
get it together in here.
Right.
If you ever.
Like you can, I mean, they probably don't do it now, but there's a lot of cursing, in there. But it's like you guys have to communicate. Like, okay, you're going to make the mashed potatoes. I'm going to make this. We have to come together and put it up, So communication is definitely key. But I think, I don't know, maybe Ramsey.
I think you be the other end of the spectrum.
So nice. The Paula Abdul to his Simon.
Right, exactly. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go to her.
I'm gonna Wanda.
Right.
Wanda, let me just say what he
said.
And then she be right here.
So I wouldn't.
Well,
no.
it was bland.
Yeah, I can take that. Don't give me raps. I'm like, I'm out.
And speaking of that, that's another thing that I'm thinking about. Put in an application for the Food Network. I had signed up for email.
Congrats in advance.
So thank you. So I'm like, why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? What's the worst they can say no? And then, you know, it can...
Tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, so I am in the BRAT program.
I see. Soon to be graduate of that program.
So it's through the Urban League of
shout out to Urban League.
Yeah, shout out to. That's where I went to purchase my LLC. Like they, you know, like walked you through it.
Yeah, shout out to Urban League once again.
Urban League is like really great. And helping you get any and everything you need. I turned in my paperwork last week to get minority business certified.
Oh, so you get your 8A certification?
Right.
Go girl.
That's another thing. Going back to the question that you had asked about
collaborations or whatever.
Not collaboration, but from people just selling plates to actually
that's like different yourself.
All your
real business.
Yeah. So that, but so it's a six class program, and it's been really great. We just did class 3 a few weeks ago, and it's so much to take in. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, it's great though. It's great information. Like I think Destination Cleveland came and talked to us, and just like getting on their list. Because you know, Destination Cleveland is about
everything that's happening.
Tourism. But really, I was like, I can even use it too, because there's a lot of places in Cleveland that like I just didn't know about.
No, absolutely.
You know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like even when I think we had one on the funny bus for my birthday a few years ago, and they take you around Cleveland and they tell you like actual facts about the city, and I was like, I didn't know that.
We live in the city.
Right. Like I've been here for 40-some years and I don't even know about this. But shout out to Urban League. Like it's a journey, and it's been great. And I can't wait. I can't wait for things to like flourish to what.
That's funny because it's already started to flourish.
Absolutely.
And you feel like it's so much more to come. So I love that.
Yeah, it's like you keep climbing, and then it's like more. It's like, okay, we're gonna take a break here. All right, we got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know? So
absolutely. So let me ask you this: and like we talked about earlier, legacy. I know, shout out to your baby girl who I got the book already. You know what I'm saying? It's under lock and key. But as far as legacy, as far as you as the individual, and as far as the businesses that will be attached to your name, what would you love the legacy to be?
I would love for my legacy to be treat people how you want to be treated. My father told me that his grandmother told him that on the deathbed. I was like, that's real. And it's also karmic. You know, like when you do good, you get good. Like I'm a real firm believer in karmic
me too.
energy. You know, even just something as simple as paying for somebody in McDonald's line, paying for their stuff in the back. Like some people are like really grateful for that. Like I had a lady almost like hunt me down, like thank you so much, thank you, And I was like, you're welcome. Like, I'm just passing it along. Or even if you go shopping at Aldi's and try to get a person a quarter,
small
like
things.
keep it. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pass it on, and I just leave the cart right there for the next person. But I'm a firm believer in treating people as you want to be treated. Like I think that really goes a long way. And I'm real big on mental health too. Like I say, just taking that time to yourself, go on that vacation. Time is something that you can't get back. You can get that money back. You can always get that money back, but time is, and it seems like it's going even faster. My father said, the older you get, the faster it goes.
That's
and I thought he was
no stories. He for sure.
I thought he was
right
playing,
about
but it's real. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the kids getting grown, and you're like, wait a minute,
right? Where did it go?
Where all go? No, that's real.
So, yes, going back to the question, treat people as you want to be treated, and taking that mental health break when you need it.
That's good.
And I love to give people great quality food. Like I love to see the smiles on their faces when they take that bite of food. Oh, you didn't cook this. It's like a real, like I think that's how I show my love. That's how I show my. I like romance on the table. Yeah, like I love to cook for people. So I think that's part
no. I'm about to say I'm pretty sure you get all the proposals. They're like, oh my God, I'm about to marry her.
It's so funny because I do it. They be like, girl.
Hey, listen.
Well, you know it's good when.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, like I had more than a few proposals, and I'd be like, you know what?
This is crazy. They want
Right.
Oh yeah. No, that's all good stuff. And this is, I feel like, and everyone knows I love asking this question because I feel like to market any great interview or podcast, there should be takeaways. And like you've been dropping them gems and lighting this thing up all day, and I feel like there should be takeaways because people should still remember in this interview. And by the way, y'all, this is her first interview, so I want to shout her out because she did a great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I've enjoyed you today.
Thank you.
So what are some takeaways someone should take away from your interview today? Because you know what I'm saying, you've been dropping the gems.
Definitely the mental health. Like for real, like these phones, we've never had this much information available to us.
That's true.
And the brain can't, like it's even some days where I feel like I'm overstimulated. Where I'm just like, I have to go outside for a moment, and put this phone down because it's just so much, and you get to scrolling, and then you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to bed.
Yes.
3 hours is already gone.
So so definitely taking that mental break, and it's okay. Talking to somebody, talking to somebody about your problems, or just talking to like I say, having that squad. That makes a real big difference. Having somebody that's not going to judge you. What else? Mental health, having a great squad.
You've been dropping them.
Accountability.
That's a good one.
Accountability is real. It's okay to make mistakes. Like that's how you learn. I'm saying, dang, I shouldn't have did that, or I should have went another way. I should have had a NDA, or I should have made a contract on that.
Less that hurt. I feel like those are ones that last though. Those are ones you remember.
Yeah, and I think that you have to have those lessons in order to build yourself.
That's why I said some mics.
So my son, right? So we went to Sam's Club, and he got a big box of Airheads. He's like, I'm gonna sell these. I said, okay. So he sells them. He comes in the car, after school. He's like, the kid said he was gonna pay me yesterday, and he didn't. I'm like, that's a lesson.
No, take the knees
that
out.
Money. Take that money first. Even with the business that I have, when I make that invoice or that contract, I need a deposit because we need to secure, because if I have something else that you haven't paid a deposit and somebody else inquires about that date, and they already paid.
Oh, guess who got priority?
Hello?
Right.
I just wanted to tell you that you didn't pay your deposit, so that day is gone.
Absolutely.
It's real. And like that's another thing my friend said. She says like you're really on your business.
Yes.
She like, I don't know if I can be shark-like that. And I'm like, yeah, like that is kind of like a fine line, but business is business. With anybody.
Business is business.
Like even with my son's father, he's like, can I get no?
No. But I respect that because sometimes people will take advantage of you as long as you let them.
Yeah.
So you have to draw those boundaries.
You have to speak up. Like that's another thing that I had to work on too, because I was shy on that. Oh, well, just pay me this. Today, the price is the price.
Don't get her started. I'm sorry.
Please,
Wanda.
I was just about to say, can you repeat that? For the people in the back.
I just knocked the mic over because I already know you about to get her started.
For the people to the left, because we just had this conversation.
The price
literally.
is the price. Like everything has went up. You know, like I kind of went up on my prices. And, you know, the clients that have kind of been with me, some of them are like, you know, I understand inflation is inflation everywhere, you know? And then you got those clients that's like, really?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, you.
Yeah, they weed themselves out. It'll be okay.
Yeah,
like, it's like, I mean, you're not going to, when you go get the Michael Jordans or go to Macy's, you're not asking them for no discount. So don't do that to me because I'm not going to do it to you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a tip. You know, like, I mean, because that goes back to that karmic energy. Giving to the universe. Like
I feel God bless those who are blessing others.
Yes, that's for real.
Yeah, and
that's another reason why I can't wait to get to the top because it's like I want to bring so many people with me. Like, and that's another thing about me too. Like I think that I'm also resourceful. Like if somebody comes to me and I'm listening to them, they're telling me what they need. Oh, well, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this person number. Go ahead and call them. You know, because I believe in not being a gatekeeper. Yes. You know, go ahead and I'm gonna tell you the information because somebody had to tell me. I had to learn. I don't want to keep that. I want us all to be at the top because I don't want to be at the top by myself.
That's right.
I want all of us to be there. And if I have the knowledge and that experience, okay. Or if I don't, all right, we're gonna find somebody that can give it to you. Like I'm just that type of person. Like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, and that's it's the most important question in the whole interview. Where can the people learn more about you? Where can I get some of these soul rolls?
Okay, yeah.
all the information.
On Instagram is Chef Wanda, and my business page is Chef Wanda Time to Eat. Excuse me. I'm on TikTok as Chef Wanda, and I'm also on Facebook as. I'm sorry. As Time to Eat. So yes, I do catering, meal prep, pop-ups. And you know, I post, you know, whenever I'm doing something. So just keeping an eye out, you know, on my social media posts and when and where to get the food. And yeah.
So for ladies people, you're watching this episode right below the episode right here.
In the show notes.
It
Don't
will
worry,
be the
we got
notes.
everything y'all need to stay in
get
touch.
them soul rolls.
Yes, soul rolls.
No, we definitely, and this is, I feel like this was way overdue. I know we had a little hiccup a little bit, but we got you back on. We got back on track, and this is a way overdue.
I'm a firm believer that everything happens in divine time.
Absolutely, I'm glad we have it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Like it was really great.
You know, absolutely. So we got to pay some bills, y'all. Guys, June 22nd, we will be at Severance Hall for the Pink and Black Honors. Black excellence in the city of Cleveland. You have to be there. Get your ticket now because it is more than just a gala. It is a movement, like Demetra said on his episode and whatnot. And we want you to be there to be able to be in the room with the right people and just get a chance to experience just Black excellence at its best.
Absolutely.
So guys, we also had that in the show notes. Get your ticket for June 22nd, okay? What else we got?
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
We have our next panel discussion. That will be at the Ford Bistro, 4450 Mayfield Road, South Euclid, 11121. But that will be at 3 p.m. again at the Ford Bistro. We're going to get together, have a quick panel discussion. It's going to be nice and fun and flirty, and it's all about love and entrepreneurship this time. So we've got different aspects, whether you're single, dating, in a full-fledged marriage. We're going to ask the questions that we want to know the real answers to and get some great perspectives on it. Last time we did it when it came to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we've got a great lineup and a great team that will be helping us have that conversation for sure. So make sure y'all go get your tickets. That will be linked in the show notes below.
Yes.
Again, all roads lead to the Pink and Black Honor. So this will be a great introductory event to make sure that you come back out. We have those conversations, then we're going to follow up and party. We're going to get dressed up and have a wonderful gala event for the Pink and Black Honors on June 22nd. What else we got going on? Steve,
Launch Arts, June 20th, right? 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. Guys, y'all know we are a collaborative effort here. Launch Arts Media, great organization. If you need anything for our production, photography, videography, podcasts, and whatnot, they are the place. They're having a showcase, a show where you can get all that done in one place. June 20th, if I'm not mistaken, yes, at 7:30. We'll also have in the show notes. Get your ticket now. to be able to just see everything they got showcase going on.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great time. Make sure y'all meet us there. Don't meet us there, because we
Yes.
will be there supporting Lunch Arts Media. They are
Absolutely.
staple. We're not even gonna address the fact that Brandon made up a word with photography for sure.
I did. Yeah, I did. Photography. Yes, it's a real word. Look it up. Don't.
Just kidding. No, seriously. Thank you all for just being yourselves and always continuing to support us.
Yes.
The pull-up experience has grown in ways that we cannot imagine.
So I gotta congratulate the team because we're at 7.7 million views now.
7.7 million views.
It's more than 7.7 million views, and I just don't want us to ever get jaded the fact that that is unheard of. That's nothing but God.
Yes.
Because for us to have been in production 3 years now,
almost,
almost 3 years, and we're hitting numbers like that is unheard of. And then for it to show great stories like Wanda's. Come on now, that just shows us once again y'all loving what we're doing here in the city of Cleveland. You love the stories of entrepreneurs like Wanda here. So we appreciate you guys because it's not stopping. And we're like, right there at the threshold of 16,000 subscribers. So let's get that in there.
Let's say a friend, like, share, comment, post.
Absolutely. No, let's not stop this from elevating and whatnot. Like Victoria says here, you know what I'm saying? We have hands around elevation, so we can elevate as we go. Okay.
Absolutely. We're gonna pull each other up.
Absolutely.
On this pull-up experience.
Absolutely.
For sure.
This episode 218.
218, y'all. Shout out to the consistency.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys next time, all right?
Bye.
Peace.